You too was good for everything water is everything my familia. I got for you guys a crazy DPS arc hunter meta build. Man, if y'all like this video, man, please leave a like and subscribe. Show everything water, man. I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas. Everything is going good, man. Listen, we're growing. We're gonna keep growing. And let's get started for this arc hunter build. That's meta. Let's get it. Starting off with our exotic armor, we got the Star Eater scales. Now, the Star Eater scales to me is one of the best all around. It's a universal exotic. Universal exotic meaning you can use an exotic with any subclass, and it will buff you super dramatically. You know, and there was a point in time where the Star Eater scales was a better DPS exotic than the Celestial Nighthawk for solars, which is crazy when you think about it, because Celestial Nighthawk puts all of his bullets into one shot that does crazy damage. And it started to scale before the Celestial Nighthawk got buffed for this season of the Wish. But before that, the starter scale was a better use. This just is perfect for arc. Perfect. It's one of the best exotics you can use to buff your Gathering Storm. Obviously, Gathering Storm got nerfed a long time ago because it was crazy strong, but still with starting scales just to do crazy damage. And add on to that, we're gonna add our exotic heavy weapons that we're gonna get into right now. Now, for an exotic weapon, we're gonna be using the Thunderlord. Now, this weapon is such a fun exotic to use with arc, because basically what this weapon does, final blows with this weapon generates stunning lightning strikes from above. And then also this stuns overload champions. And then if you have the catalyst, causing a lightning strike with this weapon permanently reloads the magazine from reserves. This catalyst is the reason why the Thunderlord is one of the best exotic DPS weapons. If you want to melt a boss in Gambit and raids, whatever you want to do, if you want to melt a boss, get the Thunderlord, because you damn near never have to reload. With DPS, when it comes to DPS, having the person who's the fastest most likely does the most damage. And this is right here, because by the time somebody's reloading a rocket or switching weapons, you're constantly shooting combined with a Gathering Storm, you throw your Gathering Storm, you go straight into Thunderlord, you don't have to reload ever. So you're gonna have unlimited just bullets just going up from your reserves, going into your ammo, just keep on shooting until it runs out. You know, by the time it runs out, in most DPS boss, either you all die or you beat it. So is it as strong as other exotics weapons? I mean, exotic heavy weapons? Maybe. I say it's top 10. It's 100% top 10 exotic weapons for DPS. Might be top five. For arc, top 3. If not 1 when it comes to DPS, man. Now we're gonna get into our abilities, fragments, and our aspects of this build. Let's get it. Alright, for our exotic stupor, we're going to be using Gathering Storms. Obviously, this is the best exotic for 100 DPS. It does the most damage for DPS, not the most damage in supers, but DPS wise, yes. Gambler style, you want to be able to reload your melee, because again, you can use this for any content. Don't go over there trying to use this whole build into like 1830. This is a build you use strictly for like DPS or anything that's below 1800. In terms of for your rating, you can use this build for anything and still go crazy. Arc is overall, you know, it's still crazy, because you're gonna be doing is punching, combination blow, and going crazy. Skip grenades, you can use any grenades you want. I personally feel like arc grenades for hunters are trash, in my opinion. And then for aspects, we're gonna use a lethal current, and we're gonna be using flow state. Both really good. We don't have to be using temper strike. We don't really need that, honestly. For our fragments, we're going to be using Spark of Ions. Defeating a jolted targets create Ionic Trace. Now these Ionic Trace gives you super energy, which is really good, because we're going to be using the Thunderlord. That's going to be jointing a whole bunch of targets. You're going to be jointing a whole bunch of targets with your combination blow, which is going to just go right here. We have, for another fragment, we have Spark of Discharge. Arc weapon final blows have a chance to create Ionic Trace. Now this was just more for your melee, if I was wrong before, and this is for your weapon. So we're going to be using, for our weapons, we do have the Thunderlord, and we also have the Aikilo shotgun with enhanced volt shot and dynamic whatever it's called. And then for another one of my friends, we're going to be using Spark of Feedback. taking melee damage briefly increases your ongoing melee damage. Again, this is a build which you're going to be up close and personal to all enemies. You want to be able to combo enemies and just do crazy damage, and doing that, they're going to be hitting you, and now your melee does more damage, which is really good. And last but not least, we're going to be using Spark of Amplitude. Rapidly defeating targets with while you are amplified creates orbital power. Now this is good because you're constantly going to be amplified. Once you hit 2 melee, boom, combination blows, boom, you're done for. So that's really cool. But yeah, that's it for the abilities, aspects, and fragments. Let's get into our stats, our weapons, and our mods. For artifacts, honest truth, there's no arc artifacts. Perks for artifacts this season. So there's really, you can just use whatever you want to. If you're solo, you want to go solo operative. Everything else honestly just depends on what you're playing at the time. Now going to our stats, the most important, like I say, always you want to have max resilience in every content you do, especially if you're doing anything that is 1770 plus or 1700 or plus, because you're only 18, probably between 1880 to like 1830 maybe. So you want to be able to have the maximum resilience in any content. Strikes is cool because it's 1600, but anything else that's not 1600, anything else that's higher than 1700, max resilience is important. And obviously we go on max intellect. We want to get our super as much as possible with the star 80 scales. So yes, that's going to be really, really important for this build. And yes, because we're going to get them Feast of Lights that's going to buff it too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, now we're going to our mods. As you guys can see, you guys can screenshot here, nothing too crazy. But yeah, man, this is it for this build. This is a quick little build. I've been going for too long, so I'm just gonna give y'all this. I got more videos coming out this week. It's your boy Everything Water, and Water's Everything, my familiar. I'm out.